paradise won't change your mind. Can't shape the lights. I'll take the chance and roll the dice.
Clank, 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 clank.
Welcome back, guys.
Where are the seatbelts on this thing?
There's no seatbelts on this train.
There are no brakes on the drool train. Rat flasher! Wait, they're not even wearing pants. What the hell?
That's because they're rat fighters.
Oh. You know, between episodes, we were refilling drinks. I was being the responsible party and getting water. Meanwhile, Chris is cracking open the second glass of cider, homemade cider. And by homemade, I mean he bought a gallon of cider.
Unpasteurized cider,
Yes,
specifically.
Unpasteurized, but
Unpasteurized spider.
He bought a gallon of spiders and let them out.
Spider cider.
Oh God, no, thank you. But yeah, you buy unpasteurized unpasteurized cider. Open it and then leave it out for however long.
Until the cap pops off again.
Yeah, and then it's alcoholic.
And it's alcoholic. And it's slightly carbonated. And it's tasty as all hell.
Yeah, only slightly alcoholic, but this lush has been guzzling it since we started.
Yeah. Can't exactly argue that.
It's how he's so good at this. All right. This is his swaying controller stance. But, yeah, so we were just goofing around, and I said, go drunk, Chris, you're home, or something like that.
You're home, Chris,
yeah.
go drunk.
Or, yeah, something like that. And it occurred to me, you know, I rarely ever drink alcohol. And even completely sober, I find myself engaging in weird speech hiccups like that more consistently. Like teaching in class. Just completely random spoonerisms happen, and I don't know where they're coming from. I once admonished a bunch of students for being lazy in class. I told them to whisk their twists more. Just the statement was half out my mouth before I realized what I was saying. And it happens more and more often. I don't know what's causing it. I don't know if this is a consequence of being happy more often.
Yeah, it's not a bad thing to have. If it's because you're happy.
That's true. However, if people are not understanding what a damn thing I'm saying. Have you ever heard of the term spoonerism before?
Yes.
Yeah. Do you know where it comes from?
Some guy named Spooner.
Yeah, actually, yes. He was, I forget the guy's first name, but he was a reverend and he was a professor at some Jesuit university. Don't quote me on that. But back when
Patrick
readers
said it was a guy at a Jesuit university. You can quote him.
Stop that! Now it's on the internet forever. Back when Reader's Digest was the substitute for random articles on the internet to fuel your trivia knowledge seeking, there was an article about this Reverend Spooner guy, and I remember just reading it in slack-jawed fascination of, oh, this guy actually did this before there was a name for it, and like he did it so often without ever realizing it. People would ask him, you realize what you just said, right? He's like, yeah, I said this thing, and like, no,
you flipped words.
No, I didn't. Like, it was completely, like, he was completely oblivious to it. And it was always something that happened during, like, times of high stress. He would be getting angry with somebody, and he was, like, one of the examples in particular that was hilarious because even the twisted words still made sense. Mm-hmm. He was telling off some slacker student who was just bullshitting and wasting time. And it's just, you've been frittering away your time here. You have tasted 2 worms.
Nice.
And the fact that he just said that instead of what he actually meant to say, just way overhead. Never once did it occur to him that actually he was misspeaking at all. Which I think is hilarious.
Yep. Hey, look, the weapon shop.
But yeah, it used to have like a scientific sounding name that was really complicated and something that I read it, and in the moment I realized I'm not going to remember this 20 minutes from now, much less 20 years from now. God, it was 20 years ago since I read that. Holy shit. That's how long Reader's Digest has been a thing. I remember reading that, I would hoard copies of it in my room just to have the random reader-submitted jokes to read when I got supremely bored, which was nigh all the time when I was in school. And it was just... that was where people went to find new puns and really stupid jokes, was Reader's Digest. They had enough reader submissions at a time that they had to separate it out into different sections.
Sell some shit first.
Based on the content of the stupid pun. and dumb stories. There were dumb stories from people being stupid in the workplace, people being stupid in the army, people telling dumb jokes in the army, in the workplace, people just telling dumb jokes that they can't categorize any other way, and so on and so forth. People telling dumb jokes and being stupid in a hospital. Because this was before Scrubs, too. It's just, and as soon as the internet happened, those sections became smaller and smaller and smaller and fewer because people were all like, where am I going to find good puns? I don't know, let's go look on the internet. Let's go info-seek dumb puns. Because Google wasn't always there.
Yep.
There was a time, a dark time before Google, where search engines like Alta Vista and InfoSeek and this little known place called Yahoo still existed and were the only places to go to look for things. And it sucked.
Yep.
Granted, it's not all that much better because, well, if you ever had a Yahoo account, we know where you live. Because it's freely accessible now.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. It's not so much that they had a security breach, it's that they had a complete security breach.
Yeah.
4 years ago! And they only just figured it out.
Quit focus firing Ivan.
You have failed, Ivan! Protect your wizard, Yace! It's been a goddamn long time since we've had any dialogue from Ivan. I haven't been able to break out the Yace voice in too damn long.
Yes, it's true.
Get on with it, game. Rats and a giant monkey. I feel like I should have noticed the fact that you're fighting a giant orange monkey in a cave earlier than now. And
This is the first giant orange monkey I've fought in the cave.
well, right, but I've seen the giant orange monkey fight, and it's just still unusual. There's a rat holding a sword and shield, and there's a big orangutan just
Fucking me up.
I'm here too, alongside some rats, because
Yup.
we normally herd together. We're comrades in arms.
Lucky metal.
You got the yellow Lego Pip. Yay! Now we can unlock the new minifigs. The lucky metal?
Lucky metal.
What does that do?
I will throw it into a fountain later in the game to get awesome shit, including the sword that summons the Grim Reaper.
I'm sorry, say that again?
There is a sword that its howl that it unleashes summons the Grim Reaper and has a chance of insta-giving things. It's the Assassin Blade.
Okay then. You'd think it would be a scythe instead of a sword, but alright. I would think that. Maybe not. No, they're wielding spears. That's why they get to hang around with monkeys.
Yes.
Clearly. Where was my head?
Somewhere else, obviously.
Yes, it must have been. Here I am, just not thinking and just assuming that, oh, yeah, not all weapons are swords.
It's true. Not all weapons are swords.
Yes.
Some of them are
weapons
maces.
boring. Was that weaponist? I think that's weaponist.
Such a weaponist.
I know. It's true. I can't
Keep that hate speech out of our videos.
I just don't like talking. I hate speech. You asked me to give a presentation. It's my blood curdles. I hate speech. My least favorite class.
Yep.
I didn't sound like I didn't think I had a lisp, and yet they kept making me attend speech classes anyway. I hated speech. I think that's really as far as I can tastefully milk that one.
Probably.
Fireballs! Monkeys! Laugh at the monkey.
Monkeys on fire.
Monkeys turning to dust. He ransacked you for 41 hit points.
Yes, he did.
Too bad he didn't use them for himself. Why is that attack called ransack? Does it have a chance of taking items from you?
No.
Then why is it called ransack?
Because of reasons.
Why must they do? Why? Cart back. Jump the sweet gaps. His extreme games. Yeah. Excuse me.
How dare you? There is no possible excuse.
Excuse me.
Never mind the fact that I did the same thing mere seconds before you.
You belched and then said excuse me. I'm saving a step and using the belch to fuel the excuse me. Mostly because I'm inspired by the Game Grumps Danny's habit of ralphing belches.
Crap.
But also, I actually have a friend in real life who can belch for a prodigiously long time and use it to speak for quite a while. This was a skill I discovered in the middle of a D&D game, completely unprovoked. And it was just totally out of the blue. He'd been drinking a soda and then just completely fueled by belch emerging from stomach cavity, just starts speaking gibberish as if he had gone completely insane. It was the goddamn funniest thing, and it derailed the entire rest of the session.
Like it does.
Yeah. I looked at that and I said, that is a skill I want in my life. Unfortunately, I don't seem to really swallow enough air or consume things that produce enough gas to really fuel that kind of exchange to actually finish saying the phrase, excuse me, purely on belch power. Because this is the kind of classy behavior we here at ETA Gaming get up to.
Yes.
We are high society.
The highest.
Yes.
Where
are we trying to go?
I thought that the ice pillars were going to take me where I'm going now, but it was actually, and then the cart was where I needed to go to actually proceed, but I had it backwards.
That's right. We're trying to find the blue thing.
I'm getting my 4th Mercury Gin, so that Maya can be able to wish.
Shit, she's level 17 already. Casting 9th level spells.
It's less useful than that wish, but it's still super friggin' useful. I healed the whole party at once rather than one person at a time.
Well, that's nice. And since you regenerate mana just by wandering around.
Schnick.
Mystery Ginny?
Mercury.
Yeah, I gotta work on this reading thing.
There's words that mean things, and only when they are said properly, not when you do it backwards like that.
Oh shit, is that how it works? Yeah, no one told me. You summoned Cybele. And his sister Lander. That's a writing joke. Journalism. All you playing at home?
The 4 Jin summons are the coolest ones. So when I get a chance, I will show you that. My favorite one is the 4 Earth Djinn summon, but the 4 Water Djinn is also pretty damn cool.
So, do you have to, like, devote 4 of them at once to a single summon?
Yep, the same way that you do with the 3, or with all of the other summons.
Damn it.
You devote a certain number of them when you cast the summon.
Oh. I thought you could only summon the ones you actually had. Like, it was all like...
You can unleash the ones you have. I could unleash any of these guys. Or I can use ones that are currently unleashed to summon the big things.
Is that how Wish happens?
Now, Wish is just a new synergy.
No. Well, fine then.
Wish!
Everyone recovered.
Everyone recovered hip.
And we're going to recover tomorrow's episode. And by tomorrow, I
Later,
mean
guys.
whenever Bat uploads. Wording is hard. Bye, everybody. We love you.
Like I'll never die. I lose my head in the starry sky.